going to be a frozen tundra when Baylor and Air Force meet in the Armed Forces Bowl presented by Lockheed Martin. This is 7:30 p.m. on ESPN at Aben G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth. If you were not planning on tuning into this game, I would alter those plans because as local weathermen on the ground here in the greater North Texas area, I can tell you that with the wind chill, it is supposed to be in the single digits, if not approaching zero tomorrow night, Thursday night, when the Armed Forces Bowl takes over. This is a game, guys, between two teams that really had opposite seasons. Baylor greatly disappointed, underachieved after winning the Big 12 title a season ago. Air Force is in position to win their second straight 10-win season if they can knock off the Bears. Garrett, let's start with you. With Baylor, what do they have to do to pull out a win? Their offense was kind of shaky this year. Their defense at times no-showed. Can they beat the Falcons in what will be frigid temperatures in Fort Worth?
It's definitely doable. At the end of the day, this is going to be a storyline we see with a couple of bowls this weekend. It's going to be very cold over the weekend. And so, in this case, Blake Shapen needs to be the X factor, right? He needs to be able to bring that and bring his game here. We've talked this year about Baylor not necessarily having some of the skill guys you'd want to see, not necessarily having, massive contributors at a lot of different spots. And so Blake Shapen's going to have to put the team on his back once again and just do what he does best and go out there and play good football. It's going to be crazy weather. Any amount of flash they can get from their signal caller is going to give them the edge in this game. He's struggled at times. And I think when he struggles, you see Baylor drop games, right? When he doesn't come out with his A game, Baylor cannot win. They don't have maybe that other guy. They don't necessarily have the strongest running game to make up for it all on its own. They don't necessarily have the defense they did last year that could kind of overcome some offensive struggles at time. And so he has to be able to come out, be real sharp. It's going to be a struggle since it will be so dang cold. And sometimes the cold can mess with the quarterback's ability to grip the ball well, to spin it, to stay warm and stay loose and be able to, really make good decisions with the ball. But if he can do that, I think that they have enough on offense to overcome Air Force, who will be a little bit more one dimensional. Um, if he can't do that, it's going to be a rough night for the Baylor Bears. They're going to need to be able to make the most of their possessions. I do think this one will be a shorter game, right? I think it'll be a little bit more of a quick game. Both teams are going to want to get out of the cold. Both teams are going to want to run the ball a little bit more. And so I think they need to make the most of their possessions, which means he's going to have to be efficient, especially on third down, maybe moving the chains on some third and mediums. And they're going to have to find a way to air it out against an Air Force defense that's probably going to want to force them to try to actually throw the ball on some of those longer down and distances.
Yeah, and for Air Force, conversely, you got to think the weather report plays right into what they want to do, right? They want to just pound the rock. They're running that flex bone triple option style offense, and they will throw the ball when they need to, when they want to throw the other team off balance. But plain and simple, they just want to pound the rock and stay ahead of the chains. And if they can do that, it's going to be a very long night for the Baylor Bears defense. And we've seen service academies come into these games, bowl games before, just really take advantage of Power Five teams that are kind of beat up, or teams that you would think have a distinct talent advantage, but that triple option just really hits them in a different way. And that's what Air Force has got to rely on. Hazeek Daniels has been just an excellent pilot of the offense, pun absolutely intended. And the Falcons have several ball carriers who can definitely tote the rock and be really dangerous problems. So they also have a really good defense. They've only given up 13.3 points per game in a Mountain West that has some pretty plucky offenses. So definitely a complete team, a formidable test for the Baylor Bears, and definitely going to have the not home field advantage, but definitely the weather advantage. Being coming down from Colorado, playing a Texas team that's not used to this.
Yeah, it's going to make for a very interesting, unique bowl game for sure. I think Air Force, to me, when I look at it on paper, Air Force has only given up about 13 points a game. They're one of the stingiest run defenses as well in the country. If Baylor is forced to be one dimensional, I think Air Force has the advantage in this one. So I do tend to lean towards the Falcons, maybe a 24-20 score, something close, low scoring, but I do like the Service Academy here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to take Air Force to win this one 20-13.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way on this one. I will take Baylor to win this game. I think Shapen will do just enough to not let Baylor just be one dimensional. I don't think it's a high scoring game. I don't think there'll be a lot of great opportunities for either team. But give me something maybe more along the lines of a 20-13, but I'll give Baylor the edge here.
All right, well, don't miss it. The Armed Forces Bowl, Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN from a cold and frigid Fort Worth, Texas.
Gracious him! How about that?